everyone. My name is Nicole, and I'm excited to share with you my project for Rec 630. Navigating to my own GitHub, you'll be able to see my README file down below. And this is a scheduling app that was designed for food and beverages and employees in mind. The fast pace of the industry often takes tedious tasks, and it really takes a lot of time. Sometimes when you don't have time to be spending on mundane tasks like scheduling. There's a feature overview here, which we'll talk about more of those key features in a few minutes. And then it has a how to use section specified towards managers or employees. This is the app. It's live on Streamlit, and you can go in as a manager or employee. And it's pretty navigation friendly. You can add employees as a manager to the roster for the establishment. You can assign venues if you have multiple venues on property, a visualized scheduler, a weekly view, so more of a list form, a swap request sort of marketplace where employees can initiate them through their application and managers can then approve them without really having to put a lot of time and effort into it. This tab right here is a certification tracker. And so these parts are more of like compliance integration into scheduling app, which I think is something completely different. So depending on which position you hold, whichever certifications come with that role, it'll tell you, it'll give notifications to both employees and managers when they're coming up, 60 days out, 30 days out. And then what I really loved about this feature is that once something goes invalid, it doesn't allow the manager to schedule that person any longer until they're able to upload their documentation. And then lastly, we have a tab for the burnout monitor. So this one, sometimes when scheduling happens, there are weekly schedules at some places, and what often I've seen get overlooked is that maybe you have a Monday and Tuesday off on one week, and so you work Wednesday through Sunday, and then the following week you're scheduled Monday through Friday, and you don't have another day off until Saturday, something like that, where it's really diminishing to employee morale sometimes. The burnout really affects work performance. So this is something for managers to kind of make sure that there's no oversight in those areas. Now, moving back into code space, what I really loved about trying to write the command was that I wanted to save myself a little bit time for working on this project. And so what I did was I created a man called demo. And so when you enter /demo, it preloads with some data so you can really have a view of what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and open the demo version. You'll see that's initiated in demo mode. And this is what it looks like from this view. Um, Clearly, the managers can input all the stuff and create a roster. For the sake of time, I created this more specifically for the video, and you can see that they're color coded, multiple servers listed, and then they're color coded here. Front of house staff are kind of in cooler tone colors, and back of house are in the warmer colors. And then you have management that's kind of just sectioned in black. So it's easily kind of color coded to navigate. And then taking a look at venues, you can add if there's multiple venues on property. The visual scheduler, because I am a visual learner, I love this component. It kind of allows you to see the time frames and how they overlap to read the data with ease. And so this is kind of what it looks like when you input some of that. The weekly viewer, it has more, like I said, a list format, and it shows everybody days off and then days on schedule and then total hours for the week. The swap requests, this is what I really created the demo mode for. I wanted to see what it looked like in practice without having to spend a lot of time trying to put all of the information in myself. And so you can see here that this is pending. It's just an alert. And I know sometimes in the middle of a rush, the employee might need to get in touch with somebody to trade a shift or to get their shift covered, depending on the policy of the establishment. And you don't always have one another's phone numbers. Management can't give them out. So this is a really great way to handle that without having to slow down, what the manager's preoccupied with in trying to operate the day-to-day. So if you were to just click on here, approve, you'll see that it disappears over here and then it ends up in the schedule. So you go back to swap requests and there's nothing there. Certifications, this one's pretty easy too. It's broken down by, job type, and then it really highlights. And so it tells you not on file, this person's not able to be placed on the schedule. And then here, this one's coming up, so it's an alert. And then here, expired. So you can see kind of the different ways that it's readable for managers. And going back up to the top, the burnout monitor as well. It gives you kind of like a little key up here. And then it tells you, they're at their limit, you can't schedule them anymore, you're in risk of violation. So I really love this feature because it takes time to go back and track, and managers, they don't always have it. They're doing 100 different things a day. So employee view, it looks a little bit different. Here, I'll just go to select one of them. And so then it just tells me what the schedule is here. And then I don't have anything up and coming because clearly we're here today. Request swap, nothing here. And then certifications. I love this. It looks a lot like Canvas LMS, and it lets you upload your PDF file and then show the date and then be submitted to management for approval. Going back to the scheduling, in the visual scheduler, there was something that I also worked on in writing this application was that a lot of times our industry is late hours, early mornings, and sometimes the operational hours have less than 8 hours in between shifts. And if you're working in an establishment that kind of uses everybody at all time frames and don't have set schedules. Sometimes those are in violation of the 8 hours between shifts. So I wanted to make sure that it didn't allow the manager to do that. And that was something that was great about this app as well. It's just kind of, it has some guardrails in place to make sure that the manager is compliant with all of the labor laws, with being compliant with the certifications, with newer laws like the RBS certification, going through ABC and everything like that. So I think it looks pretty good. I was really excited about making the project and I had a lot of fun in creating it. I can't wait to maybe get some feedback from the professors. Thank you so much and have a great day.